Hello friends, welcome to Crackit CSE. In this series of algorithm, today we'll be understanding what is Kruskal's algorithm, how to find out the minimum spanning tree using Kruskal's algorithm, and what is the time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm in best case as well as in average and worst case. So before starting, I would like to request you all, if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you are new, then please subscribe my channel for more such videos. Now let's start with the Kruskal's algorithm. So before moving on to Kruskal's algorithm, let us first understand what is minimum cost spanning tree. So we know that the minimum cost spanning tree is a spanning tree which is having the minimum cost. That means we should not be able to draw a new minimum spanning tree. What does it mean? That see, here I am having a particular graph given. So in this graph I am having these edge weight associated with the respective edge, and here I am having 4 vertices. So in a minimum spanning tree, the number of edges in a minimum spanning tree has to be number of vertices minus 1. That means there are 4 vertices, and in this spanning tree the vertices minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, 3 edges has to be there in this particular example. So you can see that I tried to draw 3 minimum spanning tree with taking the different values. So this is one minimum spanning tree, this is another spanning tree, this is another spanning tree. Now the question is whether these spanning trees are minimum cost spanning tree. How you can find it out? So we have to sum up the edge weight. So here if you sum up the edge weight, it will be 110, and here if you sum up the edges, sum of edges will be 70, and here it will be 60. So now you can clearly see that this particular spanning tree is having a minimum cost of 60. That means if I am able to find out such a minimum spanning tree which is having the lowest cost, then it is known as minimum cost spanning tree. But if you see that for this particular question, if you want to randomly find out the minimum cost spanning tree, it will take lot of time, because each time you have to try one possibility. So is there any other method that we can find out without working so hard? Yes, there is a greedy method to get this done. So what are those greedy method? First greedy method is Kruskal algorithm, and second one is Prim's algorithm. So these are the two greedy approaches to find out the minimum cost spanning tree, because by doing randomly it will take lot time, but if you are following these two algorithms, we will be finding it more efficiently. Now let's start with the Kruskal's algorithm. So in this video we will be going with the Kruskal's algorithm and the time complexity for the same. So let me take an example that I am taking a graph with vertices as A, B, C, D and E. So I took 5 vertices. Let me take the edge weights also. So this is 70, 20, 30, 60, 10, and this is 40, and this one is 50. I hope you are able to see it. Yes. So I am having this particular graph and I need to find out the minimum cost spanning tree for the same. And in the Kruskal algorithm, what are the steps? In Kruskal algorithm, every time we try to take one minimum edge weight and add it to MST. So how we can do that? Let's see stepwise. So first step is take minimum edge. So we'll be taking minimum edge. So which edge is minimum? this one is minimum edge, that is D to E. So I am taking the edge D to E. So I took one minimum. So as I took this minimum, so this one we will not consider again because it has been already taken. Now we have to find again, take next minimum and add to MST if no cycle. So we will take another minimum value and we will add it to the minimum spanning tree if it is not forming any cycle. So let's see here, I am already having this D to E edge with edge width as 20. Now the next minimum is 20. So this is 10. Now the next minimum is 20. So now I am taking this 20. And by taking this 20, that is B to C, this one is 20. There is no cycle. What was the condition? If no cycle, then add it. So there is no cycle, so I added it. Now similarly in the third step, so in the third step we'll take next minimum and we'll add to the MST if there is no cycle. So what is the next minimum? You can see that this 30 is the next minimum value. So we'll be adding this 30 in the third step. So I'm having B to C, D to E with edge width as 10 and 20. So C to E is the another minimum, so I am adding it to the MST. So I have taken these three. Now similarly I have to take the next minimum. So you can see that in step 4 we have to take the next minimum whose value is 40. But if I add this 40 in this minimum spanning tree, it will form a cycle. So that's why I cannot add 40 here. Right? Now after 40, which is next minimum? 50. So if I take 50 here, then it will again form a cycle. So I cannot take 50 as well. Similarly, if I try to take 60, 60 will be forming a cycle. So I cannot take 60 as well. Now the next one value is 70. So I have to take 70 because it is not making any cycle. So I added up the 70. So this finally we got a minimum spanning tree. So what is the minimum cost of this spanning tree? You can find it out like 70, 20, 90, 10, 30 and 30. It is 130, right? Yeah. So that's how we can find out the minimum spanning tree in Kruskal algorithm. Now you might have noticed one thing, that in Kruskal algorithm we are working on the edges. Every time we are taking one edge, one minimum, and putting it into the minimum spanning tree if it is not forming any cycle. Whereas in Prim's algorithm we work on the basis of vertices. We take one vertex and try to take the minimum adjacent edge with the next vertices. So we will be covering it in next video. Now what will be the time complexity of this Kruskal's algorithm? So now let's try to find out, try to understand the time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm. So here we need to find out the minimum values every time. We are extracting the minimum values every time. So we know that there is one data structure which will give you minimum value after deleting. Which one is that? That is heap. If we use min heap, it will give you the next minimum values every time. So we will be finding out the complexity with the min heap, which is the best possible case. So here there will be two cases. One will be best case, another will be average, or we can say worst case. So what will be the best case? If you want to find out, if you want to build the minimum heap, so what we do in building the minimum heap, whatever the element you have, the time complexity will be the same. So if I am having here E edges, because we are working on edges, so let I am having E edges, then the min heap will take order of E time. So it will take E time in building this min heap. After building the min heap, we have to delete every time to take the minimum value, minimum edge value. So minimum, how many times we have to delete? V minus 1 time, because in a spanning tree the number of edges has to be V minus 1. That means V minus 1 times we have to delete, and the deletion in a minimum heap takes log of E times. So this is the time complexity of Kruskal algorithm in best case. Now here see, you can write it as order of E plus V log V. Why? Because we know that log E and log V are same. Log E and log V are equivalent, so I am replacing the log E with log V. Now here let's discuss one more thing, that if it is a complete graph, if it is a complete graph, in a complete graph we know that we represent the complete graph as K, and if it is a complete graph we know that the number of edges will be equal to the vertices square, right? So if this is the case, then what will be the time complexity? Then time complexity will be nothing but order of E, order of E, because if you compare this with this, if this is V square and this is V log V, V square is greater, so the time complexity will be order of E if you talk about the complete graph. But if I talk about the null graph, if I talk about the null graph, in null graph edges are very less, and if edges are very less, then this will take hold of the time complexity, and the time complexity in this case will be equal to order of V log V. So you just need to take care of these things. These are the small things you can easily manage. Now, so this is the case of best, this is the best case time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm. Now let's discuss the worst case time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm. Again we have to take E, because we have to build a min heap. Then in the worst case, how many edges you need to delete? In the worst case, you have to delete all E edges, and deletion will take log E time. So I am writing it as E log E. Why we need to take in worst case E edges? Because see, I am taking here 10, 20, 30. See, 40 is making a cycle, that's why I cannot take. So similar case can happen here is, every time whenever you are taking a minimum value and adding it to MST, it is forming a cycle. So in the worst case you have to take the all possible edges, you have to test the all possible edges. So we can write it as order of E log E, because we know that in E and E log E will take the hold of the time complexity and it can be negligible. So this is the time complexity, this is the average case time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm, and this is the best case time complexity of Kruskal's algorithm. In the next video I will be discussing some important questions, some previous year GATE questions on Kruskal's algorithm, and after that in the next video we will be discussing the Prim's algorithm. So if you find this video useful, like this video, share it with your friends, comment your feedback in the comment section, and if you are having any query, any question regarding the subject or GATE strategy, you can connect with me on my Facebook group and Facebook page. I will provide you the link in the description. Thanks for watching, keep supporting, keep learning, have a great day.